Now, Retro 1 we've been, I've been starting up again, try to see if we can do it, but it was on the Game Boy Color Pokémon Trading Card Game. You got your base, your jungle, and your fossil sets. That's all you needed in the Pokémon Trading Card Game, and that's what this game does. You don't need any of that Neo or like the scanning on the cards or whatever that they did. None of that. It's pure, basic, awesome fun, and you go around, duel people, collect cards, and make your own decks and challenge masters to get the legendary cards. I love that game, but I'm finding it to be a very hard point where it really all just boils down to luck. And sometimes you get a great draw, and with like the coin flips, I know sometimes you can work around it, but it really boils down to luck and involves a lot of game resets. So just restart so you don't lose.
Yeah, I mean that's with any game though. I mean not any game I should say. Card games, yeah, you're gonna have luck, and with Pokemon games, I guess you always want to have that shut off feature in case you lose, but that might not happen too often. But it was, I mean, a nice game for the system that they had, the gameplay recreation. So I mean, I think they did a good job with it. It was a nice playthrough if you actually had the cards. But playing through it again, you'll have to be the judge to see how it holds up to the test of time.
I'd give it a 78 out of 100. I mean, it does do things pretty well, but then there are some irksome things. Like they do like card-specific game-specific cards, where like you're learning these new cards all over again, and they're just weird. Also, a lot of weird things like Meowth level 14, where it's like, oh, the game randomly picks, which monster will give it 20 damage, no weakness or resistance. It's like, really?
I guess they tried to make, some new things, so it's not just a straight port of the card game. There's got to be something to draw the player's attention. It's like, oh, this is new. I've never seen this before, and let's put it into theoretical situations. But overall, I think it does its job as a, true representation.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I can always go back to the cartridge on the Game Boy. Well, that's all about what we've got for these latest games we've been playing. But coming up, are video games only supposed to be fun, or do they hold some other purpose? Stick around, Mailtime is next.
And an angry guy who goes on the attack with a traffic cone. These people all needed money. They needed jobs. Each was handed one of these flyers from someone on the street, which promised just that. Cockrell Employment Services is now hiring for letter carriers and customer service. Dominique gave the Cockrell agency a call.
And we're back. It's been a while since I've been a guest on Show Me Your News. My first time on the show was when I was moderating a big Q&A episode for Youko and Samurai Panda's last episode for their Brawl-focused podcast. Since we love fan input, we have some messages from the fans for a segment that we like to call
Mailtime.
Mailtime. Mailtime. Mailtime. That was weird.
Well, anyway, let's see what's up first. We got a question from Eternal Yoshi. If you could have a new feature put in the next Smash game, what would it be? What do you think about 3-on-3s and 6-player free-for-alls?
I don't know so much about 3v3 and 6-player free-for-alls. I think that might just be crowding up the screen too much. I mean, you get more people involved, but all the matchups are totally messed up. I mean, with 2v2, I mean, it's, you have that great dynamic that's been working for so many years, but once you go like 3v3, it changes, the game. That could work, but I think 6 free-for-all would just be way too much. There's not really going to be DLC, but I don't know, I think, and there are things that can be done already that will, enhance Brawl, things that people are doing, so there's not really anything that needs to be coming out, but I don't know about more players.
Right, I would agree. I think, the free-for-all system is, if you do 6 players, it'd be way too intense, plus, you gotta think about connectivity to the system. I mean, the Wii is definitely limited in those ideas. I mean, if someone wanted to do, you can't do 6 Wii remotes on a system, or even if it's for the next system. I think for systems and consoles, you just gotta stick to 4 players, and that'd be the limit. Unless you did like online, but then they gotta improve the online first. If there was a feature that I would have to, I'd give it like a Halo 3 Forge kind of thing. Make us fully interact with a full replay. Maybe do some like video editing, combo video editing on the spot. But then again, I think what the features that they gave for Brawl were great. just improve on them. Give us more customability, give it more reliability, like for online, and you've got a freaking great game.
I think so. Well, next up we have a letter from Mega Man 087. What game series would you like to see into a movie, and which do you think will work best?
A gaming series made in the movie. Well, I think we've kind of joked before that if Metroid were made into a movie, you have like Jessica Alba playing Samus Aran. I think Metroid would make a fantastic movie. I mean, you do have a lot of canon to go off of, and there are a lot of people who take it seriously. I think if you did a Zelda movie, it'd be very dangerous territory, because it has reached that epic status like Lord of the Rings, and it could be done wrong very easily. I think Metroid would be a great pick. I'm really wanting the Metal Gear Solid movie to, get moving along, because even though that is like a movie, I think they could handle it differently. Just to compress it all would be the biggest challenge. What do you think?
I agree with you there. I mean, Metroid would be a great series for it. Jessica Alba, I mean, we've spoken about this before, would make a nice cast as Samus Aran, but there are obviously, other actresses that could play the part. Legend of Zelda, I don't think they should do. We've seen people try, and it's not been up to standards. So if they can do it well, that'd be nice. But, I don't know if necessarily should be done. Metal Gear Solid would also be nice, but I don't know if that, again, is too feasible. We're probably going to talk about it, but I would like to see a Halo movie. I'm sorry. But, there's a copy of it floating around out there, not of an actual movie, but some director put together a copy, like a live action of what a future movie would be like, and I have to admit it looked pretty good. So I know that possibility is definitely out there. That,
but you got a problem. Like Steven Spielberg wants to help with the Halo movie, but Microsoft is saying no. So you got problems there.
I still think it would work though. Theoretically, it would work.